Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We are going to be getting into some new makeup that I've picked up recently at Dollar Tree. Some of it's a little bit older. It's kind of just like a mixed match of different things, but I'm super excited to try this out with you so I can let you know what my thoughts are, if it's even worth the dollar that you pay for it at Dollar Tree. So I have quite a few products that I'm trying out. I'm going to try not to chit chat too much, but let's get right into the makeup. I'm gonna start with my brows. I don't normally do my brows on camera. I'm not super great at it, but I'm really excited to try out these products. These are both from the Iony brand, and I really liked the packaging. This is the Iony Brow Gel. It's tinted non-sticky. And then here, this is a dark brown brow pencil, and just natural brown. I'm just gonna pin my hair back a little bit, get it out of the way. And then let me grab a mirror and we'll do my brows. So far, I mean, it's applying really well. I usually just kind of like add like a shape kind of with the pencil, and then I'll fill it in with the gel. But it actually worked. I didn't have to press too hard to get it to kind of to come out. So I think that works really good so far. So I'm going to go in and fill it in with the brow gel here, and then I'll just use like my regular spoolie to kind of brush it out. Let's see, I hope this isn't like too dark. Ooh, that is pretty dark. A lot of product comes out on the brush. I'm going to kind of like wipe some of it off. Ooh, that's a ton of product. Okay, I don't think I'm going to use any more on this brow. I think I'm just going to apply some to this brow. And then I'll try to like blend it in a little bit better. Okay, so I'm back. These brows are very bold. They're very dark. I'm feeling a little bit like Eugene Levy right now with these brows. And I like brushed them out. I kind of wiped a little bit of the excess off with a tissue and used my spoolie, the clean spoolie, to brush it out. And it just doesn't look very natural to me. So I'm gonna try to clean these up with some concealer to kind of shape them a little bit and see if that helps. But this right here, I really liked the pencil. I think it worked well. I wish I would have just used this. This brow gel is very pigmented. It's very dark, and it's very sticky. So I noticed like when I was running this clean spoolie through it, it was kind of like there's a little bit of resistance brushing through my brows because this is a very sticky formula. I'm gonna try to work with it some more. Maybe it was just me, maybe I went in way too heavy-handed, but as of right now, this one's a pass. This one's pretty good. So let me clean these brows up a little bit and we'll get into the next product. So next I'm gonna go in with foundation, and I've recently picked this up from Dollar Tree. This is the Maybelline New York Super Stay Multi-Use Foundation Stick. I like how it comes with a sponge applicator at the top. I did get it in the shade Golden. There weren't very many options, so I'm not sure if this is gonna match. Let's open this up here. So this is what the shade looks like, a little closer look. Yeah, it's really creamy. So I'm just gonna apply it kind of on my face and see how it blends out. A little bit more. Okay, a little bit for the neck. I've never used a stick foundation like this before. It seems like a nice, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera. It seems like a really nice formula though, because it's really like creamy. I used it kind of like a more matte primer. So let's blend this out. This is what it looks like all blended out. The coverage is okay. It's not bad. I think the only thing I don't really care for with this foundation is kind of like the texture it's giving my skin. I feel like it's not like a very like flawless kind of coverage. Next product I'm gonna get into before I set this, I'll go in with this. This is another product from Maybelline. I just picked this up recently. This is the Maybelline New York Master Camo Color Correcting Kit. It comes with all these different shades here to use for color correcting. On the back here, it kind of tells you how to use each one, which I think is really nice. I think I'll just use this in place of concealer underneath my eyes. And I'll just use this like top color right here. Oh, and this is in like the 200 medium. That's the name of the color. Oops, I'm getting a mess here. So just take it on the brush and I'm gonna apply it under my eyes. A little bit light for me, but I'll blend it out and see if it does much for coverage. And let's just blend it out. I'm gonna blend it out with the same brush that I used for my face. This is the eye that I did, and then this eye doesn't have any concealer. I do see a difference. It is a little too light for me, I think, but it's not bad. It has some decent coverage. So I'm gonna do this other eye and then we'll move into the next product. Before I go in and set my face with some setting powder, I am gonna use this Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Contour. I am a big fan of the foundation that comes like this, the Cushion Foundation from Wet n Wild. I've never tried the contour. I've never even seen this at like Walmart or Target. So I'm super excited to try this. And this is what it looks like here. Looks like it has a lot of product on it. So I'm just gonna go in with this little sponge here. This came from Ulta, and I'm just gonna use this to apply the contour. Let's see how this goes. I'm super nervous. I'm always nervous when I do contour because I'm not very good at it. I went ahead and blended this out, and I think it's really pretty. Like, it's a little intimidating at first because it comes out very pigmented, but it does blend really nicely. I just went in with a, well, you can't tell, but this is a clean sponge, and I just went through and I kind of blended it a little bit better, and I really, really like it. I put some here at the top and a little bit like right here by my jawline, and I think it looks really nice. I think this is a really pretty, so I'm gonna go ahead and set my face, and then we'll move into the next product. Okay, so before I blend in all of this powder, I wanted to give a review on this e.l.f. brush that I picked up at Dollar Tree, just because I've never used a brush with like this kind of shape to it. Ooh, this is a really nice brush. I'm glad I picked this up. This is a small tapered brush, and I'm just going to use it to kind of dust off the powder under my eyes that I used to kind of set that concealer. Oh, this is the perfect shape to get underneath the eye. So I definitely recommend this one. If you see it at Dollar Tree, I think like when you were to buy this like at Target, I want to say these are like $3. So to find it at Dollar Tree is like a really, really good deal. So I kind of messed up. I shouldn't have set my face just yet because I really wanted to try this jelly highlighter from e.l.f. It is in the shade Cloud. I removed it from the packaging. This is what it looks like. You get quite a bit of product in here. It's like this really gorgeous like champagne shade. So I still want to try this. So what I did was I just sprayed some of this setting spray. This is just the Spascriptions Glacier Water spray I picked up at Dollar Tree just to kind of like soak up some of that powder. And I am still going to try this. I'm going to use just a very little bit just so I can kind of get a feel to see how the product works. Without messing up my makeup, because I normally don't apply liquid products after I've put powder, but it's a very, very like, I'm almost scared to like show you, a very liquidy kind of consistency. Yeah, so this is what it comes, I just barely touched it and that's what came out. So let's see, I'm just gonna apply this like right on my cheekbone. And then I'll apply a little bit over here. Very, very pigmented. The fact that I put powder down first, probably, but I'm just gonna use a brush to kind of blend this out. So this is how it turned out. This is a very pretty highlight. It's super bright, and I think it would blend better if I didn't already put powder on my face. It's kind of messy. That's the only downside. I will say it is a pretty messy product, but I really, really like it because I think it gives a really pretty like glow. So this worked really, really well for me. I really like this. So now I'm gonna get into the eyeshadow. I'm gonna use, there's a lot of Wet n Wild here. This is from Wet n Wild. This is the water palette. I think it's so pretty. I just love the colors that come in here. I like that green and the blue. But I am gonna be filming some other YouTube videos today, so I'm gonna kind of keep my eye look a little more neutral. So I'm gonna use some of these pretty like brown shades in here. Eyeshadow palette is just absolutely stunning. I'm not sure I'm like so crazy about the shape of it, like being in a circle, but I've never used anything like this before, but I'm gonna try it out and see how it works. Before I get into these really pretty shimmer shades, I'm gonna set some matte eyeshadow in my crease, and I'll be right back. I went ahead and put a little bit of matte brown in my crease because there's not really like any matte shades in here. They all look pretty shimmery to me, which is fine. I like shimmery eyeshadow, but I just wanted to start with like a matte base like in my crease. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a flat brush. I think that'd be the best to apply this with, and I'm gonna apply this shade right here is just like calling to me. I think it's really, really pretty. So I'm gonna start, well actually no, maybe I'll start with this darker one. I think I'll start with this dark brown. I'm gonna kind of put that on the outer part of my crease, or of my eyelid. Put some of that towards kind of the outer part. Oh, it's very pigmented. Really pretty. Do the same thing to the other eye. So I'm just gonna go back in and kind of blend the crease a little bit more since I added that other shade here. So now that I blended my crease a little bit better, I'm gonna take this really pretty like kind of taupe shade. It's really sparkly, almost silver. I'm gonna apply that like on my eyelid a little bit closer, like towards the inner corner. Because although this shade is very, very pretty, it's not super pigmented to the point where it's going to cover up all that dark brown I had laid down. But let me try adding a little bit more. So I went ahead and applied it with my finger just because I feel like sometimes that's the best way to get the shimmer to stick. So I think it looks really pretty. I like the eye look. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply some eyeliner, and then we'll get into mascara. So this next product here, I don't know how much faith I have in it, but I'm gonna give it a try. I did curl my lashes to give it that much more of a chance, but this is the Iony Dramatic Black Mascara. The packaging is just absolutely adorable, but I'm gonna give it a try and see how I like it. I don't plan on liking it just because I don't typically like Dollar Tree mascara, but you never know. There was like a Fluttering Lengths mascara by like Beauty Benefits at Dollar Tree that works really, really good. That's like the best Dollar Tree mascara I've found. But let's see, this one might work well. It's a huge tube. This is what it looks like. It's a pretty large brush. Let's give it a try. Right off the bat, smells really strong, like chemicals. So I'm not a fan of this so far, but I just wanted to show you the kind of the difference. This eye right here is the one that I was applying the mascara to. To me, I mean, you could tell I'm wearing mascara, but it's just not something I would probably reach for again. I'm gonna try to reuse it as much as I can just because I did already purchase it, but this, I wouldn't recommend this. But let me finish the other eye and then we'll get into the last product. I went ahead and applied my lip liner. I know it's a little thick today, but I wanted to try it. I wanted to apply this while trying out this Iony Fat Lips Chubby Stick. It has a creamy matte finish. It does say it's in the shade Maple Syrup. I really like these kinds of sticks. I've never tried it from this brand, but I have tried some from, I believe, the Wet n Wild brand that work really, really well. This is what the packaging looks like. It's really nice. There's like a pencil here. Let's see how this applies. It's a little dry. I'll say that. It's a pretty dry formula. Does not apply as smoothly as the one from Wet n Wild. So this is the lip color. I think it is stunning. I really, really like this color. It's just like the perfect like nude shade that I love to wear. This pencil, like as I was applying it, I was a little confused. I had to check the packaging just because to me, it applied like a lip liner. I was like, oh, I could probably, and I didn't really like it as a lipstick because it was just kind of tough to use. It wasn't a very creamy formula, but then I was reading the back of the packaging and it does say, lipstick meets liner. Get ready for the greatest multitasking fat lips chubby stick. So you're supposed to use it as both. And it says like you hold it like a pencil to line your lips. And then if you hold it flat against your lips and slide it, that's the best way to apply it. So don't be like me, follow the directions and you'll have an easier time using this. But yeah, it was pretty good. So all in all, I really, really liked my makeup today. I think it looks nice, which is great because I have a few other videos that I need to film. So let's just give you a rundown on what I thought of everything. I'll start with the stuff that I didn't like. I just straight up did not like this. This brow gel was just way too sticky and it was way too pigmented. Even if I used less product, so that way it's not so dark, I just didn't like how sticky this was. Same with the mascara. I'll use it because I already bought it, but again, it's not something I would normally reach for. Next few products I thought were okay, they were good. Not like they didn't wow me, but they were good. This liner for the brows, I thought this worked really good. I'll have to try it on its own without the brow gel, but I recommend this. I think it worked well for $1. This lipstick, I actually like it. I think even though it was a little bit more dry of a formula, I do like that it feels long wearing. It feels comfortable on my lips, but I think it's gonna last a long time. It's just a little difficult to apply, but I love the color and I think it's gonna look really nice throughout the day. This foundation was okay. It wasn't like super great. I do like that it's not super matte, like it's a more like creamy kind of finish. And it does blend really, really well. This Master Camo palette, I really didn't play too much with this, but I did like this middle shade to conceal. It was a little too light for me, but it did work once I layered it up enough times. I think I put like 3 different like layers of the product and it worked pretty good. But it doesn't feel heavy like under my eyes. So if you wanted to give this a try, if you've seen it at Dollar Tree, I would recommend giving it a try. It's not a bad product. It's just, it just didn't really super like impress me. These last few items were my favorite things that I tried. Starting with this brush, I didn't use it too much, but it just fits perfectly like under the eye right there. I also really liked this jelly highlighter from e.l.f. I think the packaging is really stunning. It feels high end and I think you get a ton of product in here. It is a little messy, but all things considered, I think it looks really nice, especially considering that I put powder down first. It still blended out and I really, really liked it. This contour was probably my most favorite thing that I tried today. It's a really natural looking contour and I don't like a heavy contour because I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to contouring, but this one blends really, really well and I really like it. And then I really liked this eyeshadow palette. I think it's really stunning, the colors that you get in here. They have a really pretty, like kind of unique. I don't have a whole lot of colors, especially like this or like this iridescent one. These are kind of unique to find and I think it's really pretty. I wish it did have like a matte in there, but it's fine. Like I have plenty of matte shadows that I could use with these shimmers and I really recommend checking this out. Don't let the shape of it, you know, scare you. It's pretty easy to use. My brush fit just fine in that small little triangle. So yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with my makeup. Even with the not so great products, they worked well enough to give me a pretty decent look today. But thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a super long video. I just hadn't done a makeup video in a while and I had a bunch of stuff piling up, so I wanted to take care of a bunch of different products, knock that out, and try all of them at once. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.